Hello, and this is Barrera versus Pacquiao 1. I've done Morales versus Pacquiao, Marquez versus Pacquiao, and now we shall see Pacquiao versus Barrera. Now this is the first fight of the three. So this is the first fight for Manny Pacquiao against the three, which was against Barrera, I believe so. So this is him coming onto the scene. He hasn't fought Marquez yet. He hasn't fought Morales yet. And we're going to see what happens. Let's go. So this is the raw, uncut Manny Pacquiao. See what happened there. I saw a left hand from Pacquiao. And then Pacquiao landing his signature left hand. Bang. I don't think that was a punch from Barrera. I think Pacquiao just slipped. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that was not a knockdown. I don't believe so. Barrera wasn't in a place where he could knock down Manny Pacquiao after getting hit like that. Barrera's left. No, like I said, I like nice body shots. I like Marquez's counter punching. I like Eric Morales's right hand. Of course, they could all do other stuff, but this is what I like most about them. I like Eric Morales's ability to fight, box, come forward, go back, but especially his right hand. And I especially like Barrera's left hand. Now, Barrera is like the first Indian over the hill. He's the first one to actually see what Pacquiao is. Pacquiao was this guy that wasn't very known. He came over, he won a couple big fights, and then he made a name for himself, but this is still early in his career. So out of Marquez, Morales, and Barrera was the first one to actually take on this new guy that's on fire, if you could tell by his shorts. So this is why this fight is very interesting. Now Barrera, I love his left hand, but we shall see what he does with that left hand here, if he can. I've watched this fight, but not as recently as the other ones. So yeah, this is the left hand that I like about Barrera, or from Barrera. He covers up, like he does this little this thing where he just covers up, gets small, and then he fires off a left hand. I made another video on Instagram about Barrera fighting this other southpaw. I forgot his name was, but he fought him very smart with left hands and right hands, but I'm not sure if he's the same guy. It's just pretty early in the career. This is 2003. Nice left hand to the body by Manny Pacquiao. And that's the left hand counter from Barrera. A lot of left hands from Barrera. And that's the swaying back and forth that Pacquiao did in his other fights. Nice jab by Barrera. So, Barrera in the other fight I'm referencing against the southpaw, he did this exactly, which is he jabbed over the southpaw jab. So Pacquiao here, he deflects that one kinda. Let's see what happens. So this is where Barrera excelled in his fight against the other southpaw. I forgot his name, something Sanchez, I believe. Good fighter. He did this a lot, which he came over the jab of the other southpaw with his own jab. So we shall see if he does that a lot, if Pacquiao lets him do that. Now Pacquiao, of course, the left hand, straight down the middle. And like I said against the video I did against Morales, he's a straight shooter. So he's not great at making angles at this point. He's coming in forward with that jab, double jab, left hand. That's mostly what he throws. We'll see if Barrera makes the same angles as Morales. If he counters the Pacquiao's left hand like Marquez, We'll cross-reference all these things. We'll see if he does something different that the other two didn't do. Nice left hand by Barrera. There's that jab in between the guard. Barrera. They both look super young. Okay, this is something that Barrera threw against the... I'll just say the other southpaw, but I forgot his name. Something Sanchez, I believe. He was a good fighter too. Barrera threw that... He would throw a lead right hand, but he would throw it more of a hook. Here he threw it straight. You would throw a lead right hand to make the other guy kind of stay over here. Then he would drop that left hand, and he actually knocked down. He would do that, exactly that. But instead of throwing a straight right, he threw a wide right hook. So the southpaw would stay where Pacquiao is, and then he would drop that left hand straight in there. But here, Pacquiao puts his weight on the back leg and gets away. But he did this, Barrera did this against the other southpaw a lot too. And that's the classic counter from Barrera. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, which is kind of cover up for a split second and let go of a wide left uppercut body shot. Sorry for speaking super fast, drank a lot of coffee before making this video. Nice, see how Barrera works that left hand. Now, I forgot who this was who said this, but they said, like, that's a nice left hand. That was not a knockdown. Like, when the new quarterback comes on the scene, he's very effective in his first couple seasons, but then when coaches start watching his tape and figuring out his plays and what he likes to do, quarterbacks become less and less effective because there's more data on them. So I feel like that's what happened with Pacquiao versus Barrera, Marquez Morales. Every fight he fought, people were able to collect more data on him. That's why I believe Morales did good against him in the first fight. But Manny Pacquiao is still very effective no matter how long you study him. He's one of those guys that are going to still be effective, but that's just a thing that I've noticed or I've heard someone say in football. Now this guy's really scaring me right here. I don't know who that is. I think that's some glasses, but that's very freaky. I think they're glasses. But yeah, Pacquiao, no matter how much data you have on him, he's still going to be effective because he's a hard hitter, and he proved that during his career. But I just want to mention that what I've heard about football, they said when a quarterback first comes on the scene, they're very effective because it's a surprise to everyone. But when more data is collected on them, they become less effective. See, that's the jab that Barrera threw against the other southpaw. I'll search up his name, then I'll mention it in the second part. So he dropped that left hand over his right hand a lot. There's that jab again. Now Morales threw a jab similar to this. Let's see this. Maybe Morales might have learned this from Barrera fighting Pacquiao. I'm not sure. But Morales, he would throw a single jab and then a jab, hook, half punch, and then he would step to the left to make Pacquiao readjust. See that? So Pacquiao can't counter after he gets hit from here. And Barrera isn't staying here. He's stepping to his left. Now Pacquiao has to readjust. And now is when Pacquiao can start punching again. So that was... So like I said in the Morales fight, just making a fighter like Pacquiao turn is cutting time off his round. So here it's 2:02. So that's 3 seconds. 3 seconds before Pacquiao actually was able to reset and try to punch again. Like I said, you throw these jabs 5 times a round. That's 15 seconds. That's a lot of time from a round. You do that 10 times, that's 30 seconds. So against an aggressive fighter, you want to make these moves. Now, Barrera is throwing threw about 5 jabs from 202. So we're gonna see how much time those jabs take away from the round. So this is his first jab. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 156 now. 155 before. So from 202 to 155, 7 seconds. And he jabs again. So from 202 to 150 is when Pacquiao actually got off a shot. So against an aggressive fighter, you don't want to stay in front of them. You want to be doing what Barrera is doing. He just wasted 12 seconds by jabbing, landing points, and circling left. Now, the aggressive fighter is just taking away their opportunities of attack. Like this is what Pacquiao was known for, especially if you watch him versus Marquez. That double jab, bang, 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 left hand to the body or to the chin. So if you know this is his attack, you want to lessen the chances he has of carrying out this attack by moving around him, jabbing, and doing other things. Of course, he's still going to be able to get off, but you just want to lower that number of times that he can come forward, and you lessen his chances of landing a big shot. And that's the mental stamina that I talk about sometimes, which is your ability to keep turning an aggressive fighter, not getting lazy and staying in front of them. If you watch Frank Martin versus Gervonta Davis, I think Frank Martin kind of just gave up from trying to stay on point. He just said, I'm going to lay on the ropes, and that was his demise. So your mental stamina against an aggressive fighter to keep doing the right thing over and over and not get bored or tired of it is very important. Nice counter 8 hands by Barrera. I drank a lot of coffee, so sorry for the fast talking. Nice left hands by Pacquiao. Oh, nice. Pacquiao made an angle for himself, but he didn't attack right away. Nice double left hand by Pacquiao. And we'll watch his foot placement. Now, this is something I've noticed. When I was boxing, I was always told to take small steps, and I always made small steps when moving forward. We'll wait for the spar to go. But the more and more I study high-level pros like Manny Pacquiao and all these guys, I notice they don't always take small steps. They'll take small steps, but when they really want to catch you, they're going to take a big step. So that's a small one by Pacquiao's lead foot. See how he kind of jumps in? So he started over here and in 2 steps. 1, 2. You see where his foot is. So with high-level pros, when they really want to get you, they're not going to take small steps. Some will, but most won't. They'll go bang, bang, and they'll cover a lot of space before they could actually let go of their punches. Nice jabs by Barrera. Now you could just see Pacquiao overwhelming Barrera. Nice right uppercut, and that's it for this one. That's what I like to say. Pacquiao, he fought all 3 of Marquez, Barrera, and Morales. I like seeing how they each fight him, to learn different ways to fight the same fighter, and that's, I think, something that could help if you want to learn how to decode your opponent or see how to fight against someone, is watch they all fought each other, but especially with Pacquiao because he was so good. if you watch all three, how they fought Pacquiao, you could learn different strategies, thinking ideas, their body types, and how they use advantages, how they make mistakes against the same fighter like Pacquiao. That way, if you fight someone similar to Pacquiao, a fast, quick, powerful southpaw, you could have different ideas how to fight them. You could mesh all three of Marquez, Morales, and Barrera's styles and make up your own strategy. And you could do that not just for Manny Pacquiao fights, but you could do it for a lot of other fights. So that's something I really like doing, is studying how different fighters fight the same opponent. So then you could pull out ideas from their fights and their strategies. And also Manny Pacquiao, how he fights the different fighters. Now let's see this. Like we said, Manny Pacquiao's left hand. Bang, right on the chin. Okay, now Manny Pacquiao shoots his jab over the jab of... Nice. You gotta keep turning Manny Pacquiao. He's overwhelming Barrera more than he overwhelmed Morales and Marquez. Barrera is staying in front of him and fighting more. Morales fought him too, but he chose his spot. But Pacquiao is just overwhelming Barrera's defense. Forgot the guy that Pacquiao fought first when he got to the States. I think it was a South African guy that was pretty good. And then he beat him on short notice, and then his name started exploding. But if you watch Morales and Marquez fight Pacquiao, they're not getting overwhelmed like this a lot. Of course, Pacquiao will attack, but Barrera is just staying in front of him. And it's easier said than done to keep moving. Now, like punches like those that Barrera missed here, he has a shorter reach than Morales. I guess he didn't really miss them, but they didn't. But Morales had a longer reach, so Morales was able to hit Pacquiao from a little bit farther away than Barrera. So that helps a lot against an aggressive guy like Pacquiao. You could see Barrera working his jab again, working his left hand. See, now Barrera takes a step back, so this is what Marquez did against Pacquiao in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and a bunch of other rounds, which is taking a step back. So when Pacquiao came in, Marquez would step back, fire off his own right hand. Barrera does not do that here. He just steps back. But if this was Marquez dipped down onto the right leg, he moved his head over, and then he came back with the right hand. So that's something Barrera could have done. That's the jab that Morales used against Pacquiao. It's like a power jab, step to the left, make Pacquiao turn with you. Okay, now the other thing I forgot, Barrera isn't throwing. He's throwing the jab nice. Morales threw the straight right hand to the body of Pacquiao. That's something. And then he started changing it up to the head and feinting with it, like we said in part 2 of Morales versus Pacquiao. Now Barrera is not doing that, maybe because he has the shorter reach. So he steps back. That's something that Marquez did here. Again, he steps back, but no counter. Marquez countered. But you see how he takes away the effectiveness of Manny Pacquiao. So he's not gonna. So this jab doesn't really land, but watch Barrera pivot around, and watch how Pacquiao misses with that left hand. You see that? That's what you got to do to a guy like Barrera, if he's southpaw or not. If he likes shooting straight forward, you got to step over to the side before he even throws. Like, you don't have to land a punch and then move. So from this position right here, Barrera, just take a step, just pivot to the left, like here. Even if he didn't jab, just from here, just take a step to your left, step over and make him readjust, make Pacquiao readjust. See? And the round is over. You got to figure out your opponent. Are they coming in straight? Are they good at making angles? So two things that one thing that Marquez did was he would take a step back, but he would counter Pacquiao's left hand. Something that Morales did was he would throw that straight right hand to the body. I think this is a recap of the previous round. And like I said, Barrera was the first one out of the three to fight Pacquiao, so I don't think he had the luxury of learning how Pacquiao fights as well as Marquez and Morales did. Also different fighting styles. Okay, Barrera jabbing, dropping that hand, waiting for too long. Gets caught with that jab. Pacquiao's like a tornado. Once you get caught, like in the previous third round, once you get caught in his punches, he's just going to keep punching. And it's going to be hard to find a way out. Now Barrera's what he's doing is very smart. He's moving left, jabbing, making Pacquiao readjust. See that? That's what Morales did a lot. But Barrera is throwing it more of like a touch jab. He threw it hard a couple times. Morales was really dropping it down on the chin of Pacquiao. So you gotta make Pacquiao turn. Nice left hand. Nice left hand by Barrera. Nice jab, step into the left. See, now that's more effective. And then this is when Barrera should have attacked. You do that twice. You make Pacquiao, because an aggressive fighter is going to follow your lead because they're looking for you. So Barrera steps over. Is this his second step over? Or yeah, so here he should have attacked because he knows Pacquiao is turning with him. I think he throws, yeah, right here. So Barrera jab, steps over. Nice jab. Does it again. Now right here, attack right away. That's when he should have attacked. Okay, let's watch that. Now easier said than done, like I've said. But I think that's where Morales had his good opportunities, is when he actually attacked Pacquiao with a double right hand, with the right hand to the body. So jab, he turns with him, jab. Now right here, bang, attack him. But I don't think Barrera wanted to attack. I think he wanted some time off for a bit. Just keep Pacquiao off of him. But see how Pacquiao is following him with the turn? Pacquiao. So when Barrera steps to the left, Pacquiao isn't stepping to the right. He's turning with him. So it's like they're turning with each other, but Barrera is leading the turn. So he's ahead of Pacquiao. Now Pacquiao is following him because he's trying to readjust. Pacquiao could also sometimes step over to the right and land a lead left hand. So he could watch Barrera step over with the left hand, to his left. Pacquiao could fire off a straight left after stepping to the right instead of turning with Barrera. Nice left hand to the body. Like that, Pacquiao could move more to the right instead of like that right there. See, let's watch this again. So before this, every time Barrera would move left or pivot left, Pacquiao would move to his left also to readjust in front of him. Now this is something Pacquiao should have done more of, which is when Barrera is moving left. See, Pacquiao moves right, and now his foot is outside of Barrera's foot, and he could fire off the lead left or that right hook. But with a lot of aggressive fighters, overly aggressive fighters, they're going to follow you more than cut off the ring, because they want to reposition in front of you like that. See, now Pacquiao could take a step over to the right and be in front of Barrera again. But see how Barrera is moving left. There's a left hand by Pacquiao. So if someone's following your lead, if you're turning and they're turning with you, keep moving and then attack them when they're not in position to defend or attack, because it takes a split second for them to readjust after they follow you. If you're the one following, don't always follow. Cut the ring. So instead of stepping, see, like right there, because Pacquiao wants to get this position all the time where he could come in. Like I said, he's a straight shooter. He needs that straight. He needs that double jab, one jab, lead left, but he needs this angle. Every time Barrera steps over, Pacquiao is following him. Okay, and he lets Barrera get out. Now here he steps over. Another thing you can do is fake, like if I was Pacquiao, fake an attack, watch where Barrera steps, don't follow him, step over to the side, cut him off. Like instead of doing that, he could have done this earlier. See how he's turning with Barrera. I said Barrera's name too many times now. It feels weird when I keep saying it. Nice. So if you're the one following, don't always just follow. Let the other person turn like Barrera is, and then cut them off. Don't attack right away. Sometimes you gotta watch what the opponent's trying to do, so you take a step back or you just let them move and kind of study their movement. Okay, now this is what Pacquiao should have done more of. Now I see Barrera. See that? Barrera is trying to move left. Pacquiao steps and throws that like right hook jab, and he cuts him off right here. And then Pacquiao could have attacked. He could have went straight. But you see, Pacquiao didn't turn with Barrera. He went and cut him off with that right hook. That's what he should have done more of. See here, he turns with him. Turns with him. He's turning with him. See, he's turning to land that left hand. If he worked his right hook more, or his overhand jab, he would have been more successful in cutting off the ring. He's still doing very, very well. See that? He's trying to land that left hand so much that he has to turn before throwing it, because Barrera's turning. He should have, like right there. Okay, if you're standing in front of someone here, okay, the ropes are right beside you guys. Where do you think Barrera is going to move? Is he going to move here, or is he going to move here where there's space? Okay, so this is where Pacquiao should have taken the initiative and step over here. Okay, now Barrera is stuck between Pacquiao's right hook and his left hand, and then Pacquiao could push him back into the ropes or attack there. But watch what happens here. That's a stupid move by Pacquiao. Sorry to say. But you're letting Barrera get out. That's useless. Now Barrera, if he had fast feet or if he wanted to run away, he could run and end up on over here. Okay, so instead of doing this, jab, as you jab, take a step over to your right. Now you got Barrera in between both gloves, and you could push him backward and attack, but he won't be able to get out this way. I think once Pacquiao started throwing his right hook more, he became a lot more... See right there, that was good. He became a lot more dangerous. See, he's been following Barrera. Here, he cuts him off. See, that's all you gotta do. Now you're in front of him again. Nice jab by Barrera. Now Barrera is landing his jab, but he's moving away a lot. He's not really... So this round's to Manny Pacquiao. He's not really throwing anything aggressive. I don't know if he's trying to clear his head. He's trying to take a breather or something, but... Or he just can't attack. But Pacquiao's taking the round. But Barrera is controlling the positioning better. He is moving to the left. Ooh, nice punches by Pacquiao. Maybe Pacquiao doesn't want to move to his right because Barrera has such a good left hand. So that could be the other reason. Nice right hook. Pacquiao should have thrown more right hooks like that. Nice jab. See that right hooks like that and step over to the right. That's what happens when you prefer one punch over the others, like Pacquiao. He really prefers that straight left. So he really wants, this is his dream position, is to have someone in front of him like this, where he could go jab, jab, and fire that straight left. He doesn't really like working angles from at this point of his career. Nice right hand by Barrera. Now Barrera is initiating the attack, but not enough. If you want to learn how to cut off the ring, watch Julio Cesar Chavez, watch Castillo, Luis Castillo. Jose Luis Castillo, they're great. They're two guys that are great at cutting off the ring. And there's other fighters that are good at cutting off the ring, but it's hard to tell what they're doing. Chavez and Castillo, if you watch a couple of their fights, you actually pick up some tricks. I've done videos of them versus Mayweather and Pernell Whitaker. And against Camacho, you could watch those and see they have a plan in sight to cut off the ring. They don't just do it randomly. So that's something that Pacquiao did good here, as he stepped to the right. Let's see that again. So here, if Pacquiao turned with Barrera again and Barrera would have moved left, this is what I was talking about before. Watch Pacquiao's right foot. See that? He cut him off. Even though he got countered, he's the one that's cutting off Barrera. He didn't throw the straight left and let Barrera move out. But yeah, Julio Cesar Chavez versus Whitaker versus Camacho versus another fighter. Another southpaw. I watched him yesterday. He had the similar route to cut off the ring. Castillo is also great at cutting off the ring. And if you study them, you could see the steps they do, the things they do to cut off the ring. A guy that knows how to get out of getting cut off is Pernell Whitaker and Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather versus Jose Luis Castillo, and Pernell Whitaker versus Chavez. So if you watch those two, you'll learn how to get off the ropes. When I'm watching a fighter like Pacquiao or Roy Jones or all these guys, I'm not looking at their raw talent, because if you always look at the raw talent of a fighter, then you think you can never study them or copy what they're doing because they're just so talented. You want to learn positioning, what punches they frequent, their defense frequents. Of course, speed, power, agility is, if you don't have the same amount of athleticism, you can't copy that part of them, but you could copy kind of where they set themselves up, how they attack, what punches they throw. That's the stuff you could pull out of these type of fighters, who are very naturally fast, powerful, agile. So when I watch those fighters, I learn those type of stuff from them. They're fakes. They fake a lot. But I like watching technical fighters too, because then there are more people that you could copy. Let's see this again. So not nearly as effective Pacquiao when he churns with the left hand, okay, versus when he comes in straight. Nice comeback by Barrera. Barrera is now he's attacking a little bit more. Oh, nice. So he didn't rule that a knockdown? Maybe it was a slip. Nice left hand by Pacquiao, nice right hand by Barrera. I'm going to switch up real quick. So that was it for this part of the video. I always go to round 6, and then I'm just going to see Manny Pacquiao on his box rec. I believe he fought Barrera first. Let's see. Yeah, so he fought Marco Antonio Barrera 2003. Then he fought Marquez in 2004. Then he fought Morales in 2005. And before he fought Barrera, wow. So Manny Pacquiao's, well, it was a lot of knockouts and TKOs before he got to Barrera. That's, wow. So yeah, he fought Barrera first out of the 3 fighters. So Eric Morales got him 2005. Maybe he studied him a little bit more. That's why he might have been more effective. I'm not sure. And then 2009, he fought Miguel Cotto. Now, that's a fight that I really like from Manny Pacquiao, because that's when he really put his... he used not just raw talent, like when he fought these guys, but he did a lot of good things. I'll do a study on that fight. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I'll be back with part 2 probably tomorrow. And, yeah, have a good day. Bye.